Welcome to At the Movies. I'm Gus Mollasis. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this wonderful opening to talk to my guest, Russ Girard, a great, funny man, a patriotic man. We have 5 films tonight that are going to make you a better American, I promise you. First, our opening.
What is it?
The stuff that dreams are made of.
Huh?
You know what? I love the old movies, obviously. You know, you watch the show. That opening is so cool. Bogart. It doesn't get any cooler than Humphrey Bogart. That movie is 80 years old this year.
Wow.
Hasn't aged at all. The great John Huston, the great Humphrey Bogart. That's Ward Bond, John Wayne's buddy, and a
That's
John
right.
Ford staple player there.
Oh, absolutely.
And I have one of my regular, if I have a crew that's like the Gus Mollasis film set that he calls on people to come, this is my Charles Nelson Riley, Paul Lynde, and you know who they were? They were guests that Johnny would call last minute when he didn't have a guest and he was in a spot because they lived in Burbank, right near the studio.
Right.
And you are my Burbank guy. The people
don't
don't know what the hell we're talking about.
No, but I got indigestion. I said Burbank.
You got
Burbank.
indigestion. I got Russ Girard. He's a good friend. He's a funny guy. You just came back off of some surgery.
Yes.
You doing okay?
Yeah, my wife told me I had to wear the boot.
Yeah? Oh, she's giving you the boot.
No, she said I had to wear the boot. She was very happy about it. You know why? She said, that way I can keep my foot out of my mouth. It's very funny, honey.
Boom.
Very funny, honey.
Bada boom. You can keep your foot out of your mouth so you don't wear the boot. So you feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm doing better.
Good, man. That's good to see you.
But as of the...
Thanks for coming on tonight.
Oh, man, my pleasure. I love all the people.
So
love all
I
the movies.
thought of you because you're a patriotic guy, and 4th of July is next week.
Right.
Not next week. It's Saturday. What am I... Sunday.
I usually have a 5th on the 4th.
You have a 5th on
No.
the 4th. See, you're Italian. That's a good little joke there. But so what do you do? What's the 4th of July mean to you? What's it mean to you?
Wow.
I mean, Memorial Day means remembering our dead, our heroes, our fallen.
Yeah, well,
What's the 4th of July mean to you? Especially during these times, and I'm not going to get overly political, but especially now, today.
Now, I think now it's even more important to see the sacrifice. I mean, I had family members.
Yeah.
My Uncle Samuel was a big hero. I have friends whose father passed away. I mean, I don't know.
So I'm billing this show.
I need this.
You need this. I'm billing this show tonight because if you watch these films, you know what I'm concerned about out there, Russ?
What?
We don't talk to each other anymore.
Oh, no. That's
And we
true.
talk at each other. And I'm going to say it's more one-sided than another. I think that if you're a little bit right of center, you get more of a pushback because the media tends to be a little more left of center, and they discount you. But we don't talk like Ronald Reagan and Tip O'Neill did back in the day. Opposite side of the fence. Do you agree with that or no?
Yeah. What happened is they've decided not to talk. It's my way or the highway. That's not the American way.
Yeah.
It's like my father told me, hey, there's no color in America. I don't want to hear any of this bullshit. I said, okay, Pop. You know.
Yeah. No, that's true.
But nowadays, I don't know.
It's funny that you should mention there's no color in America, because the first film I'm going to do tonight, this is a film, a guy named Richard Linklater did a film called Boyhood. It gets a lot of acclaim, and he did this series called Before Midnight, Before Sunrise, Before Sunrise, Before Midnight, Before, what's the other one? I always mess up that one. It's Before Sunset, Before Sunrise, and Before Midnight. But he did Boyhood. It took him 12 years to do that. But I think this film, and this is a film that most people have not seen, and it's about an Army veteran who loses his son, and he buries his son, and it's called Last Flag Flying. I've showcased it here before, but I want you guys all to watch this. I really do, because there's not too many things I know very well, but I know films.
Yeah.
And you can disagree with me, and I get that. I'm Gus Mollasis, and we'll bring that back another time sometime. Although my main man, Peyton is leaving tonight. He's going to be going to bigger and brighter things, and we're going to miss him. He's been a great plus over here putting these shows together, but I wish him the best. He's a good kid. He's got a bright future ahead of him. Mark's going to miss him. We're going to miss him for sure. But I thank him for putting this show together in the past. But the film tonight that I want to talk about, the first one is Last Flag Flying. Steve Carell, Lawrence Fishburne, and Bryan Cranston. And no one's seen this movie. And I tell you, this is the kind of film that I like to play and then have a conversation with people about what America means. Because we have a lot of people trashing America right now. And I do not get it. It's kind of like if you had a relationship with somebody for 50 years and they left the toilet seat up. Now all of a sudden, they're like, that person's useless.
Right.
This is the cancel culture we live in. So this film, and I want you to see it. I'd love you to see this film with me. Have you ever seen this film?
I'm not sure. I'm really not
You were
sure.
a lot of help, Russ. You know.
Don't go. Don't go.
This is Last Flag Flying. This is the Papers Movement, 2017. Carell, Fishburne plays these are three cats that are like all former vets, and they get each other, and they throw the salty language about. I love this film for that reason. Cranston, Carell, and Lawrence Fishburne. Let's take a look. 2017.
Can I turn?
You know what amazes me about you?
Well, it could be anything. I'm a pretty amazing guy.
You turn the keys to your bar over to the guy who's asleep on your pool table, and then you jump in your car and you drive me to hell and gone, and you don't even know where we're going.
Ask the question, am I willing to surrender to God?
What the hell happened to Mueller the Mauler? First-class drinker, gambler.
I see we have some visitors amongst us here today.
We were in the service together with your pastor.
I haven't seen these men in decades. They represent a dark period in my life.
That went down awfully quick.
Drinking for two now that you got all old and boring.
Shine down a light on me. Because of my son, I came here, found you guys. A year ago, we joined the Corps, and then 2 days ago, they told me that he'd been killed. He's gonna be buried in Arlington, and I was wondering if you guys could come with me. I've come to you in search of some... He sent him off to a godforsaken desert. Why? I'm taking Larry home.
With all due respect, sir, he deserves to lie at Arlington.
You're gonna take Doc back and try to make it fun.
You're cutting off your nose to spite your face.
Did you look at these faces? They've already been spited.
I thought we were going to a funeral.
We are going to a funeral. Just looks like it's going to take a little longer to get there.
What you gonna do, strap the coffin to the roof of your car?
We could do that.
The thing that made Larry different from the rest of us, he had a happy childhood.
He said that?
Yes, sir.
If there's 1 minute that's not too terrible, I'd like to try to enjoy it. His Holiness can hardly walk, let alone handle a big rig with a hydraulic lift.
This is a rental with an automatic transmission.
You guys ready for an adventure? Let's go. What do you smell? Urine. I love it. It's like the official scent of the city.
Things that come into your head and out of your mouth.
You worry too much. That's why your hair went so gray.
Could you resist a man in this uniform?
I don't think I could.
You're there for your brothers. You know, that's all that really matters.
Get out of the way.
Okay, you want to play? Let's play.
Hey, move! Hey, you trying to get me killed? I will bury your ass.
Mueller has arrived!
I'm going to tell you something. That
Wow.
is a touching, poignant, funny. You laugh out loud, funny.
Right.
Poignant, you laugh, you'll cry, you'll think. Remember my
Yeah.
rule. You laugh, you cry, you think. It's a great movie.
Right. Sounds like my marriage. Just kidding. Just kidding. Man.
Yeah, he's a funny guy here. No, but isn't that true? It's got the whole
Yeah,
spectrum.
oh, absolutely. But it's so real.
And you know what you do with this film, and this is why I build this show, is make you a better American. Empathize, sympathize with the other guy. You
Yeah.
don't always love the thing. You know, we've gotten in some wars that are not great wars, right? Not good causes, right?
No.
But you still root for the patriots that go out and fight. You know, like Vietnam was a bad time. The vets came back. They spit in the faces of these poor guys. You
Yep.
were there.
Yeah, they told
Thank
me.
you, by the way.
When I come home, they told me, don't wear your uniform home. So I said, the hell with you. And I never forget this. And I get through the airport, and I look good. I really look good in uniform. And I wanted to get home. My parents didn't know what happened to me. All they knew I was injured. The priest, the sergeant called the priest called my father on the job that I was injured. And said nobody knew nothing. My mother wanted to come, and I said, "Ma, you can't come here. I don't want to. God, you can't go there." So they didn't hear from me. I just told them I'm okay, and that's all. And they didn't know I was coming home. So I get a cab, and I had my duffel bag, and I couldn't lift it. Still had some injury. So the cab guy put the thing in the car, drove me all the way from, I think it was Idlewild then, all the way back to Long Island, got out of the cab, took my duffel bag, put it on the doorstep, and said, "Thanks for your service." Didn't charge me a penny. I pray for that guy every day.
God bless you. Thank you, man. Thank you for your service.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I never heard that story. That's so beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
Did I ever tell you about that? No.
No, but you know what's amazing about that, Russ, is you see America as a different place today, right? And are you concerned? One of the things that I'm most concerned about is I'm a media guy. So I write, I do some production. I've done a PBS show. I've written a few books.
And you do it good.
Do this thing, trying to do. They block me. They block a lot of people. They're censoring people now, okay? For First Amendment to me is big time. My heroes growing up, I wasn't a big Nixon guy. Nixon did, first of all, the guys that did the break-in the DNC headquarters, that was a dumb move, right? Dumb. The cover-up was more stupid.
Right.
Right? So Woodward and Bernstein were heroes of mine because they're uncovering, what are they doing? The truth.
Right.
I look at the camera tonight. I'm going to look like Network. Where are the people to be curious when they don't have a political dog in the hunt? In other words, when they look at a Hunter Biden or Joe Biden did something, they look the other way. It's amazing today. So Nixon deserved to have what happened to him happen.
Of course.
And Woodward and Bernstein should be lionized as they were because they followed the truth of the story. That's the thing of journalists.
Right. They don't do that anymore. They're gone.
So All the President's Men, did you see it back in the day?
Yes.
Was it a good movie to you?
Yes.
Fair movie?
Yeah, it was kind of hard.
Did you
I
like?
don't know.
You like Redford and Dustin Hoffman on that?
Yeah, but I don't know. To me, in that movie, all right, I thought they were great, but I didn't think Nixon deserved all the shit that he got, all the stuff that he got. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right.
My fellow Americans.
Yeah, he always looked. He always got a lot of stuff, but he was actually did a lot of good things.
Well, yeah. He did one bad thing.
Yeah.
He opened the door to China.
Yeah, that's true.
Now we're paying for it.
That's true. Jason Robards is in this movie. This is a fabulous movie, 1976, All the President's Men. This will teach you what a potent press, a fair press, is supposed to do, which is what they should be doing today, which is what we don't have today. Sadly, I say that. All the President's Men, 1976.
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
You got to see all sides.
Unit 1 to Unit 2. What? We're home.
Base 1 to Unit 1. Base 1 to Unit 1.
Hold it, you mother! Hold it, police!
There's been a break-in at Democratic headquarters. They were bugging the place.
Woodward, Bernstein, you're both on the story now. Get up.
Redford.
I'm Bob Woodward of the Washington Post. Mr. Markham, are you here in connection with the Watergate burglary?
I'm not here.
Hoffman.
Hi, this is Carl Bernstein of the Washington Post, and I was just wondering if you can remember...
All the President's Men. The story of the two young reporters who cracked the Watergate conspiracy.
White House.
Howard Hunt, please.
He might be in Mr. Colson's office.
Who's Charles Colson? Did you know, Howard Hunt?
Well, the White House said he was doing some investigative work.
What do you say?
they stumbled into leads.
Certainly it comes as no surprise to you that Howard was with the CIA. No surprise at all.
They tripped over clues.
We'd like to see all the material requested by the White House.
All White House transactions are confidential.
This whole thing is a cover-up. It's right on our nose.
And piece by piece, they solve the greatest detective story in American history.
There is no way the White House can control the investigation.
I don't want to say anymore, okay?
Have you been threatened if you tell the truth?
Is there a cover-up?
Don't you understand what you're on to?
Mitchell knew?
Of course, Mitchell knew.
Woodward? Bernstein! Get in here!
At times, it looked as if it might cost them their jobs.
You guys are about to write a story that says the former Attorney General, the highest-ranking law enforcement officer in this country, is a crook.
Their reputations.
Why is the Post trying to do it? I don't know.
Perhaps even their lives.
I have to tell you, when I look at that, I get chills because that's the hunt of the story, not to be the cover-up of the story.
Yeah.
I see the news now. Are they more fair today or less fair today?
They're not fair at all today.
Not fair at all.
I wanted to see all sides.
Yeah.
We heard all sides here.
Yeah.
Nixon said he didn't do it, and the other guy said he did. But we've seen all the facts. You were able to make a decision.
Right.
You know, now you can't. Now they just came. No, it's not daytime. It's nighttime. It's nighttime. It's not daytime. You understand?
That's about it. You're true. It's like George Orwell.
Right. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, because it's not about a black or white thing.
No.
It's not about a Republican or Democrat. It's a right and wrong thing.
Right. It's America. Without free press, what good are we?
But this First Amendment is driving me absolutely the ignoring of it, the abuse of it, the censoring. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. You know Saul Alinsky, right?
Yeah.
Have you read this book?
Yeah.
It's outlined.
Rules for Radicals.
Right. Rules for Radicals. Outline just what they're doing.
Yeah.
Cause chaos.
Sure.
Read it. Just read it. And you'll see, oh, my God, it's
So
word for word.
when you see a film like that, it makes you sad. Because
No, it makes me happy. We had America. That's great.
Yeah.
I'll have that again.
What a point of view.
Right.
Makes you happy that we had a press that was working.
Right.
July 4th, to me, I'm going to tell you something. I've been to Washington, D.C. I was there, and for those of you who don't know, I was there on the 6th of January. I'm going to be coming out with my version of it in 2022. But I love Washington, D.C. I love Arlington National Cemetery. Those men with the crosses and the Star of Davids and what have you, whatever plaque that's there. I do my cross. I thank them for their service. Saving Private Ryan, the great Steven Spielberg, has 2 films to me. I mean, he made 50 great films to me. Right. But 2 will always be the bookends. It'll always be Saving Private Ryan because it's the greatest war that America's ever fought in for humanity, right? To save humanity.
Right.
Right?
Absolutely true.
And Schindler's List. But this is Saving Private Ryan, and I do like Tom Hanks. I don't always agree with him politically. Right. I think these guys are too political today. But I love him in this. Ed Burns is in this. We have the wonderful Matt Damon. And this is, tell me what this film means to you. To see that D-Day. When you saw this at the theater, did you see this at the live theater?
Yeah.
I mean, at the big screen?
Yeah.
When you see the D-Day invasion and what these kids went through, I could tear up right now. These kids, 17, 18-year-old kids, their whole lives ahead of them. They have no chance.
No, they had them set up. I don't know. It's hard for me to watch because I start to cry.
And we're talking about another mask and another mask and another mask.
Well, the mask are another thing. I'll explain.
No, what I'm saying is about the fear. You know, FDR, one of the great presidents. I say great presidents.
Fear.
We have nothing to fear but fear itself.
Right.
You don't go over that Utah Beach or Omaha Beach unless you get over the fear. You have to get busy living or get busy dying.
Right. You got to be ready.
So this film, how great a film is this? Do you put it in that same place that I do?
Yeah, I put it up with D-Day.
Yeah, the old. Do you think the youth today even knows what the significance of this?
I don't know. It's not their fault. They're not teaching it. I didn't know. I'll be honest with you. I didn't know until about a year ago. They're not teaching American history.
So what's the lesson of this film that makes people a better America? What in seeing Saving Private Ryan? What are they going to learn?
They're going to learn what it costs to keep free people, to keep freedom, to keep a democracy, and not just a democracy, a public, a freedom of speech. And they died for that.
And
they
also,
literally put that, that's it.
And also to fight evil.
Yes.
That there is an evil.
That's it. There is an evil in the world.
There is an evil, right? And it's not just it's not a game either.
No.
We're going to go to the clip, and then we're going to come back and thank the sponsors on this. Saving Private Ryan, 1998. The great Steven Spielberg, the great Tom Hanks. As you're watching the fireworks, as you're having hot dogs and hamburgers and you're enjoying your loved ones and your barbecue, etc., remember something. There's guys that went and fought in that war, and they stormed the beach. Those were great Americans. They didn't look at color. They looked at red, white, and blue to fight for another place. They went over there to free the world of evil, and I'm proud to be an American. You know, people say, "Oh, America wasn't." When was America ever great? They were great on that day, on D-Day.
And they're great in the revolution against England. Now, England was the #1 power in the world. Remember that?
Yeah.
And we took them on and won.
What does that movie do to you? Did it still give you chills?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
As a veteran, thank you, Russ. I forgot that you served in Vietnam, the war we don't talk about.
Yeah, that's a long story. I have my own opinion.
No, you're going to come on. We're going to come on some night with some Army vets like yourself, Vietnam vets. We're going to talk about Vietnam, this experience. I want to thank my sponsors, because without my sponsors, without this free market capitalist society we live in, by the way, and as long as I'm here, I'm trying to do free speech. We have Eric down there at Livingston's a great mechanic. We have Dan Matuziak and Fred Seeger, great realtors. They're selling stuff all over the town. They're going to come on as guests. We have Andrew Ford down at Sarasota State Auction and Trading Company.
Wow.
One of the great guys.
He's a great guy, yeah.
Great guys of all time. He's my brother from another mother, and Lathrop, his bride. He's away right now. Great human being. And we have Bookstore One, which is the bookstore at Palm and Maine, and Roxy, who's here a lot.
Yeah.
Georgia Court. Great bookstore. You can read about D-Day. You can read about America. Thank you, guys. Like and share the show. Like and share the show. We're not going anywhere. We're going to come back, even though my man Peyton's leaving. I'm sad about this guy. I kind of got used to him over there. He's a rock. You know, he's got a good heart. You know,
Yeah.
I always look at, don't you look at heart?
Yeah, that's what I do.
Right? Isn't
Yeah.
that what it's?
Right from the start. I don't care if they're ugly, if they got a heart.
Yeah. Mark Palmer, one of my buddies,
Yeah.
he's here. He's doing this great studio. I've got a lot of good friends. That's what it means. I have been fortunate in my life to meet my hero. And my hero in terms of, not my parents. My parents are always going to be my heroes, my mom and dad,
Yeah.
your family, you know. But in terms of a celebrity, it was always the great James Matlin Stewart from Indiana,
Oh, wow.
Pennsylvania.
Wow.
I met him not once but twice, and I met him in California on his front lawn, and then I met him in New York, and he was the sweetest, just greatest American man.
Good human being.
You know, just greatest American. Fought World War II, made films that I only wish that I aspired to do. He made a film, 1939, Frank Capra. Such an important
That's
film.
a great movie.
Mr. Smith Goes to Washington.
You can learn a lot. Yeah.
Fight for the Lost Causes.
Right.
And I want to ask you about that when we come back. I want to take a look at this wonderful clip of Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. Jimmy Smith.
The gentleman will raise his right hand. You solemnly swear to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and that you will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that you take this obligation freely without purpose of evasion, and that you will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which you are about to enter. So help you God. So help you God.
I do. I know Jefferson Smith, and I will personally vouch for him. There's been a big mistake.
Why don't you tell the people the truth for a change? You're not a senator. You're an honorary stooge. This country is bigger than the Taylors, or you, or me, or anything else. Great principles don't get lost once they come to light. They're right here. You just have to see them. Somebody will listen to me.
Great principles don't get lost. You just have to see them.
Right.
You know, it's just
Exactly right.
when you see that. What do you think, Russ? What have we lost from that time to now?
It's hard for me. I get so angry inside
Yeah.
that I want to do something, but you don't know what to do. I
Yeah.
think the American people are suffering from that right now, that they want to fight back, but what do you do?
Well, you know, your government is there to serve you.
They don't listen.
To serve you.
Right.
You're not there to serve. You go fight in a war to serve your government.
Right.
But I see the censorship that's going on today.
Oh, God.
When you see platforms like the one we're on right now,
Yeah.
where people are in a room deciding what truth they're, you know, the whole thing with the COVID thing, the mask. The mask thing it's changed. It's been 600 things. The same thing with the hydroxychloroquine, the same thing with the vaccine.
You know what I think's going on?
Yeah.
I think that they make people wear the mask to stop the ugliness. It's spreading. Put the mask on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You got. We need some jokes.
Yeah. Well,
we need some jokes.
I love
We need
I
some
love
jokes.
our country.
But this man here, though, this man, to meet him, to be in his presence, to know that this is the kind of film this man made. And Pate made a great point. You know, everybody shoots on this stuff. Everyone I know is a photographer. You know what? Not everyone's a photographer. Maybe, maybe you should think about, what you write it down, you storyboard it, like you said. Spielberg and Hitchcock would storyboard every shot. You don't just willy-nilly shoot something then clear your card, as Peyton said. These guys actually wrote a script.
Right.
They actually went and, you know what I mean? I'm not saying there aren't filmmakers today that are worthy. There's some. But this is like Shakespearean.
Yes.
This piece of work here.
But
this
it's so relevant. It is so relevant.
It is relevant today.
It's amazing how relevant it is.
You know, I wish the Hollywood of then was around now.
Right. Oh my God.
Because there's a different ball game and the press as well, by the way. And I'm not saying it I think some things have gotten better. Race relations certainly have gotten better.
Absolutely.
If somebody looks, I'm going to look at the camera and say, if you keep stirring this thing up, things are better, because here's the definition. If we don't see color, right? Then that's Martin Luther King's. I'm going to go with Martin Luther King's definition.
I always thought someday he would be president.
Yeah.
And they went and shot him.
Yeah.
I
no.
told you about the Kennedys, too.
No.
They shot both of
No,
them.
well, that was a bad time in America. We clipped some of that in 1976.
Yeah.
Nixon happens because Kennedy was killed. And let's
Right.
face it, he probably doesn't get elected if Kennedy
Right.
goes through.
That's right.
And they get out of Vietnam, you know, and things change.
You know what's interesting? My uncle, you ever have a favorite uncle?
Yeah.
My Uncle Sammy, God bless him. He was in World War II. And,
Uncle Sammy?
Yeah.
Like, is that Uncle Sam?
Yes.
He
And
wants
how
you
we
to like him.
You know how we got, you want to hear a true story?
Yeah.
I only know because my dad told me. They went down to get in the draft. My father was a crippled part, and he couldn't.
Yeah.
They wouldn't take. They took my Uncle Sammy, and they wanted him to be a cook.
Yeah.
So this is a true story. Sammy he's one of the guys that used to go to Jones Beach and swim all the way out, and you never see him. He comes all the way back.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys.
Yeah, one of those guys.
Yeah. So somebody said something about Italians in a mess hall. He knocked them through the window, and so 2 days later, he was on a boat to the war.
Well, that's good.
So I said, what happened to him? I didn't know what a great hero he was until I went to when he died. We were over at St. John's Cemetery in New York. And I don't know exactly, but he didn't go to they buried, Grandma had a plot for him, you know. And I'm there as a little kid, and all of a sudden the soldiers show up, 21 guns, right in a row, stood right there. Then I realized, wow, he must have been they don't do that for everybody.
You didn't know that about him.
Yeah,
you saw him in a different light.
Yeah, I didn't know he was. I knew he was in the war. I'd seen scars on him. Where'd you get that? Where'd you get that? You know.
Well, I'm going to bring you because I know you do impressions, and we're going to close tonight with. We're going to close. Like and share, guys. I want y'all to have a nice 4th of July.
Yes.
We are going to close with Jimmy Cagney. I know you do a Jimmy Cagney. how much you love this cat?
Oh, I love him. Harvey Yankee Doodle Dandy.
That's good.
You know what I love? Remember this? Top of the world, man. Top of the world.
White Heat.
Yes, that
White
was a great
Heat.
movie. It wasn't great, but that was
no.
good.
He was great. What's your definition of America? What does America mean to you, especially on a day like the 4th of July?
It means I feel how lucky I am that I was born here. I mean, I could have been born anywhere. I could have been born in Russia, you know. And the miracle just to be here, you know what I mean? To where freedom counts, and where my father was a bus driver, had a cripple up. Yeah. He told me, your rights go as far as that man's toes. So, I mean, my father was no education. He understood more than I think some of the senators and congressmen understand
God
today.
bless you, man.
Yeah, he was
That's
great.
such a beautiful sentiment. Russ, thank you so much for being
welcome.
here tonight.
And have a good 4th.
Yeah, thank you, buddy. And
God,
we're going
God bless you, God.
You got a show coming up in November. We're going to keep you guys posted. We're going to have Russ on before that. I got to tell you something. America means so much to me. It means my grandfather coming here from Greece, fighting in World War I, and then losing the love of his life in Greece while he hid Jewish people in the village. So twice he, came to America with 5 children. My grandfather, Andreas Georgilis, my dad who fought in the Korean War. Guys, freedom isn't free. The good guys win. America's a good country, a great country. We're coming back. Enjoy your family. Enjoy the 4th. Peyton, God bless you, brother. God bless America. And we'll see you guys next week. And we're going to go out with the Yankee Doodle Dandy as George M. Cohen, Jimmy Cagney.
Right.
We'll see you guys at the movies.
I got that. I got that song on my...
Curtain going up. Curtain going up. Places, please. Overture. Stand by.
I'm a Yankee Doodle Dandy. Yankee Doodle do or die. A real live nephew of my Uncle Sam, born on the 4th of July. He's got a Yankee Doodle sweetheart. She's his Yankee Doodle joy. Yankee Doodle take to London just to ride the pony. He is a Yankee Doodle boy. in Virginia. That's the state that will win ya. Give my regards to Broadway. Remember me to Herald Square. H-A-W-R-I.
G-A-N spells Harrigan.
So long, Mary.
Mary, we will miss you so.
For it was Mary, Mary, plain as any name can be. My mother thanks you. My father thanks you. My sister thanks you. And I thank you. Why are you so concerned, Faye Templeton?
Oh, I don't care for Templeton. I'm looking out for you.
Ever think about yourself?
Not much lately. Haven't had time. The minute I saw you without your beard, I knew here was a little boy who needed a lot of looking after. So I gave myself the job. There are a lot of singers, you know, but very few really good looker-afters. I'm not interested in Mr. Cohan or his plays.
Well, now you're making a great mistake, May. He's the most original thing that ever hit Broadway. You know why? Because he's the whole darn country squeezed into one pair of pants.
Say, Dad, will you talk to Josie and tell her just because she's going to be married, there's no reason to break up the act?
George, I'm afraid your mother and I are breaking up the act before Josie is.
You hear that, Sam? All three of them walking out on me. You get that curtain up. You can't ring down on a George M. Cohan song.
Over there, send the word,